Hey everyone, welcome to Vlogmas Day 1. And you are here at Grow with April, where we actually homestead right in the suburbs, like a real bona fide homestead in the suburbs. So we're taking you along with us today for a honey, ginger, garlic ferment. It's a mouthful, but it is full of all the great stuff that's going to help you during this cold and flu season. And I know we've been sick a couple times, and this wasn't ready. It takes about a month for it to be ready. And it wasn't ready. And then I forget, something happened to the jar we had. And I said, I'm going to get a better jar. It dropped in the dishwater and it was just ruined because I didn't have the right top on it. Anyway, but we did use a lot of essential oils and other stuff. I'm going to tell you more about that later. And that got us through. And it shortened the time that we were sick, shortened the symptoms. It was really awesome. But this stuff right here would have been amazing. So I'm going to show you what we're using. We have a 36-ounce mason jar. This is my 11-year-old daughter. Britton, I didn't introduce her. She is the homestead baby queen. Like she is with me in everything. We lovingly call her the house manager because she's a homeschool kid. So you know already, like she just knows how to do stuff. This girl has done things with box cutters and drills. She just learned how to do a lot of things watching my husband and I. We've become more resourceful. She's great with animal husbandry. Like, she's a bomb. She's really awesome. So she's along with me today while we do this. And we're just going to be talking and show you what we're doing. But first, I want to show you the ingredients. So, of course, you're going to need a jar. It doesn't have to be this one. It can be a regular mason jar. And to be honest with you, this is about half, a little under half the size of this. This is 16 ounces and this is 36. So you can put this, do like half or a little bit less than half of the recipe, or you can just kind of wing it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it, works for you. And so your mason jar, you're gonna need some garlic. And I have a ton of garlic. I don't know why I decided to buy a pound of garlic, but now I'm gonna have to do something with it, which I'm fine with that. And we have, sorry, that was ginger. We're not editing anything because I don't feel like doing it here. So we have garlic here. We have garlic and we have ginger. They're gonna be like, I'm getting off of this because she don't know what she's talking about. No, it's like almost 8 o'clock. We've been sick for 2 weeks, off and on for 2 weeks. Because we caught something else, and I was like, we really need this stuff in our house. That's basically why we're here. And you see what it does to your brain, so Anyway, so you're gonna need honey, you're gonna need garlic, you're gonna need ginger. So I'm gonna introduce to you the Big Star. You can use any kind of honey. I prefer buckwheat honey for my medicinal stuff, things that I'm gonna use as some sort of medicine type of thing. And you can take it straight, you can do all kinds of things. But the main thing is you definitely want honey, even if you can't get buckwheat honey. Kelly's honey is pretty good. It's really good. You want raw, unfiltered honey. That means it's not going to be heated up or anything like that. I always tell people whenever you have honey, do not use metal utensils on it. Go get what we use. Use a spoon that is plastic or porcelain or some sort of silicone. You need about usually a tablespoon. We just use the ramen spoons, the Asian style ramen porcelain spoons, just because they're like really cool. They kind of sit by themselves. They're just cool, so we love it. It's really more than a tablespoon, but we're like, oh, and we just fill it up and we really have more honey than we need, but we don't care. And you coat your throat. It is actually clinically proven to be just as good as cough syrup in certain situations. So that is amazing with the buckwheat honey. And so that's what you're gonna need, those 4 things. So we're just gonna kind of get right to it and show you what we're doing. I've already gotten most of my garlic, this stuff, peeled so you guys can see it. This is first day of Vlogmas, gal. Anyway, so we're gonna peel it, but I'm gonna show you how we do it a little quicker. And Britton is like amazing at this too. So you wanna do it? You want me to do it?
I'll do it.
All right, you're gonna see her little hands. And action. Yep. So we put that in a little silicone sleeve, and then she just kind of smashes it. And you could roll it, but it doesn't roll very well. But it helps to crack that tighter peel of the garlic off. And it just makes it like really quick. Like I still would have been digging at that thing by now. So she's made, and actually you can even do it faster than that depending on how it cracks, but this is a good representation here. So the reason why you have to peel it is because it will not ferment properly. It won't, the honey will not be able to infuse with the garlic very well at all if there is the paper on it. And the paper tends to separate and float. That traps air, and air can cause bacteria to actually grow in, you know, different pockets and what have you. And you really don't want that. We definitely don't want that. So once you have it all peeled, and now we can kind of throw this away. My sous chef here is going to take care of that for me. And we have the garlic. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of smash or flatten this garlic. Just crush it a little bit, not mince it. You don't want to do that. It'll make this too strong. You just want to kind of crack some of the garlic and then put it all in. So we're just kind of crack a little bit, crush it a bit. You want to do it, honey?
Yeah.
And after we crush it, we're going to put it right in here. So I'll let her crush it. Well, I crushed that one. And then you're just going to kind of throw it in there. So this one didn't crush very, yeah, I crushed a bit. Just kind of crushed. Doesn't have to be major. Can use your hand if you like. This is clean, it's been cleaned off. Just kind of crush it a bit.
This one's hard.
Oops. That one kind of smashed. I'm going to use that one. Doesn't have to be whole. I just didn't want to use that one. And so we'll put it all in here. Now, garlic alone is an amazing antiviral. And it has other properties in it that helps when you are sick. Nobody really just wants to take raw garlic, right? I mean, most people are not. You heard about other people doing it, maybe back in the days. But it is a great medicinal herb. It's one of our favorite things to cook with. And it's like one of the centerpieces, that and onion. It's like the centerpiece. It's going to feel a little bit sticky after a few moments. And even if this were, some of you may be freaking out. She's doing it on the counter. The counter is completely clean. It's been cleaned, washed, disinfected before using this. Even if not, the garlic and the honey will completely destroy anything that needs to be destroyed. This one did not crack for me. This is real world, what we deal with. That's way easy. Yeah, rolling it helps a lot better. I'll let her do it and I'll just explain. So it really helps with those things. And yes, it smells like garlic right now. But when you combine that with the power of honey, especially buckwheat honey, and I'll tell you why that one's good. It is one of the strongest honeys you can get besides Manuka honey. Actually, Manuka honey and buckwheat honey have a lot of similar properties. And in some cases, buckwheat kind of edges out Manuka in certain, things. And I can actually do a video if you want about the differences between buckwheat and Manuka honey, or just telling you more about buckwheat honey. You're doing a great job. The buckwheat honey, basically what happens is there's, big fields with buckwheat growing, and when it flowers, there are bees that have access to the buckwheat flowers, and it has crazy good medicinal qualities. It's great for coughs. It's great for a lot of things. It's a very dark honey, very full of antioxidants, a lot of great things that you need. If you have a sore throat, you can take one of these, like what we like to do. Take one of those, I'm gonna clean my hand off, of the buckwheat honey, and just literally just swallow it. Don't drink anything after it, but if you, so it can just coat your throat. Another thing you could do is you could put it in your tea, but never use metal utensils, right? And also, when you put it in tea, the heat can kill the properties and enzymes. Sorry, the metal kills the enzymes in honey. That's why you're not going to use metal. But heat will also kill the enzymes and other good properties that you will find in unfiltered raw honey. So that's the reason why you don't want to, put it in hot honey, hot tea. So what we do is we'll get our tea, we'll steep it, boil the water, whatever, but then we'll come back and we'll put a couple ice cubes in it to make it kind of, cooler to the touch, so it's not really hot, and then we'll put the honey inside. The company that I use, and they're not sponsoring this video, is called somehoney.com. That's actually what they're called. And I think I showed you that. Hopefully this is not upside down for you. I think it's right. Yeah, Some Honey. And I get it from their website. I like it because they're also pretty economical. And I bought it like in December, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more honey available like late spring and early summer. So I'm going to look for at some point like one of those big 5 or 60 gallon things. 60 gallons. It's 5 gallons and it's like 60 pounds, I believe. I want to get the really big honey. This is pretty expensive, but it's worth it. If not, I'll just keep getting theirs. I really love it. This one is 80 ounces, so about 5 pounds. So now she's kind of nearing the end here. That's pretty much all we have. And next, what I'm going to do, I'll let you go ahead and fool with that one over here. Next thing I'm going to do is grab, just have this to kind of catch some of the slices here. I'm going to grab my ginger. Make sure you guys can see it. Yep. Okay, I'm going to grab my ginger. I'm going to kind of cut it in half. I need about 2 ounces of ginger. Sorry, my light just went off. I'm going to grate it because the same thing is the case here. If you do not grate it, and again, don't mince it or anything like that. If you don't grate it, then the properties in the ginger will not be able to, thank you, honey. The properties in the end will not be able to infuse, I should say, with the honey. And you don't want that. So I'm just kind of grating it. Can you bring me this scale, sweetie? Yeah. So she's like, scale. And yes, she's 11 years old, and yes, she is taller than me now. If you guys didn't notice that. I think the battery is out on this thing. It's fine. So you guys should still be able to see pretty well.
Did this scale work?
So I think this is pretty good. And then I'm going to cut this scale is, where'd that come from?
It was back there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it works. Yeah. That one was upstairs. You can put it here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, nope, because we're not going to put it in there yet. I'm going to just put this here, tear, and I'm looking for about 2 ounces. This is half an ounce. So that lets me know I need to keep going. So I'll keep going. So you'll need about 4 pieces about the size of a thumb for something this large. Now, after that, we're going to kind of cut them in little round pieces. But yeah, so what happened was the week before Thanksgiving, and we don't usually get sick around here. Like, we don't get sick very often. And my husband even less so, and he finally got sick this week. Oh, it just flew. So don't get the flying ginger, get the regular kind. This is actually organic ginger. I've taken organic ginger and put it directly in my yard, and I'm growing it right now. So that's pretty cool. But it's not ready to be harvested. Now, there's a lot of lumps and crevices and things like that. Because we're going to be, guess where you can smell it. She's like, oh, you smell the ginger. A few little pieces are okay because we're going to be cutting it here soon. So I was doing it off camera. But yeah, so the week before Thanksgiving, Britton got sick. Then, of course, I got sick because, you know, moms and children are always getting things. And it hit her pretty hard for a couple of days. Like, she had a really bad sore throat and some other things. And I wasn't prepared. I was sort of prepared. I had already bought the honey, but I hadn't made this yet. What I made, because I had to make it on the fly, I made something else, which I have a video of it, and I couldn't put it up for you guys. But I made honey, ginger, and lemon. And that's something you can use within like 12 hours. So I did that, and it was really good, and it helped, and it tasted amazing. Loved it so much. So that was really helpful. And that pretty much got us through some of the hard times of this. I'm almost there. No, I'm about halfway there. No, I'm there. I'm at 2 ounces now. So yeah, so I said, well, let's do that. And I think I made a video of it and it's in my phone somewhere. This is, nope, not there yet.
Oh.
It's 1.2. I think something was pushing down on the scale. So I decided to make that. That helped us. And I put it in the same jar. But that was not fermented. That's something that you refrigerate. It tasted amazing. The vitamin C helped a lot. The honey helped. All those things helped. It helped with my throat when it was sore, you know, that kind of thing. It's not a replacement for medicine if you really need it. I mean, some people may do it. I'm not there yet. Like, if it gets really bad and my daughter has a fever, there are natural things that can help with that. I'll use that, but I'm also going to use medicines. My thing is I want to get to where we don't have to use medicines, and that is through better combinations of herbs and things like that. But we're not there yet as a family. Like, I'm still figuring that out, just being honest. And as a homesteader, I always say you can homestead anywhere. I've had people that I was teaching how to do things they lived in apartments. I mean, it's very doable for anyone. Depends on what you want to do. And I'm going to show you how to do it. As we've been doing this for several years now, and it's been just beautiful in our life. So what it does is it lessened how much medicine we had to take, and especially the essential oils. Now, the essential oils have been a huge winner. Like, when we're hacking and we can barely, you know, we're coughing in our sleep. We can barely, like, literally, we're just doing all that the last couple of weeks off and on because we got sick, we got better. In about 4 days, we got better. Just using we had some virus. Just using these natural remedies, it lessened how long we were sick. It lessened how much medicine we had to use. Doesn't it suck to, like, have a virus and you're, like, just medicine head all the time, and antihistamines are, like, super drying you out. So the less you have to be on it, the better. So I notice every night that, I tried a few nights just to go to bed without the essential oils and without taking this stuff. We just ended up getting up and drinking tea, and it's right on the money, right at 2 ounces. So these little bits are not going to hurt it too much because we're going to cut it, kind of, not dice it too much. We're going to make these little cuts while we, But yeah, lessening how much medicine you have to take is, to me, always a win. And some may say, well, what's the difference between taking medicine and taking this? It's the side effects, honestly. The health, like, it's healthier. It's helping your body to do what it really needs to do. And I don't medicate every fever, only if it gets a little high, because fever is a protective mechanism where your body uses it to help you fight off. But my daughter was having a fever that was 102, and it was, you know, climbed up to 103 pretty quickly. And 102, if it's above 101, I really don't want to, you know, it can kind of escalate quickly. I don't want to play with her health. So I'm going to give her whatever I can. Peppermint oil can help reduce a fever, but while she's asleep at night, you know, I want to keep a good eye on her. So I may be asleep. I do put her in my room, even though she's my tall 11-year-old. I put her in, she has a little cot, not a cot, but she has basically we have this really big, what is it?
Ottoman.
Yeah, a really big ottoman. It's like really big. And our room we have a really large bedroom. And so she sleeps on that, and like really comfortably, to the point to where she would probably prefer to sleep there than in her own room. When we kick her out of her room, you know, sometimes we're like, hey, girl, go to your room. We don't care if she's there. Sorry, it's a little noisy. But yeah, so I want to keep a good eye on her, but I know I'm going to sleep, and if she coughs, I'm going to look up, because that's just the kind of mom I am. I'm going to be seeing what's going on with her. And I notice every night, I put her in the bed, she's hacking and coughing, and she's like, can't even go to sleep because the drainage was just so bad. And I had given her Benadryl, and the Benadryl didn't work. It was just like, wow. So finally, the doctor gave us a medication that she could use, and it helped, but it wasn't 100% because, she had a virus and she really didn't feel well. And then we got better, and then got some kind of secondary, and either a secondary infection or another type of bug, because bugs are just going around, and we go to church and we hug people. We probably just got sick again, basically. So we got sick after Thanksgiving as well. And so I'm going to put the ginger in now, and then we're going to have a little fun. Just going to start pouring stuff. So yeah, I noticed that when I turned on the essential oils and we got up and we drank some tea, she was able to go to sleep within 5 minutes. So yes, essential oils absolutely help. Like, don't be sick without it, basically. We don't allow, I just can't let her go like that. The medicines, they work up to a certain point. It's kind of like they work together. They help to a certain degree. But when we go to bed at night, that's when things are kind of worse, And that's when the essential oils have helped. And we still use it during the day also. But at night, when you're laying down and there's drainage, that's when it seems to be harder to manage. Not because the symptoms get worse, but because she's laying down instead of sitting straight up, and she's going to sleep. So she's not fully conscious to swallow the way she would if she was sitting up. That kind of thing. So the medicine has really helped a lot. Ever since she was a little bitty girl, like, I noticed if I didn't have her on essential oils, because back then I couldn't give her decongestants, and even now I really don't do that very often. She might get a little bit of medicine. I've greatly reduced how much medicine that we use, because it's really hard on your body and you get super, super thirsty. So yeah, that's what we do. Just gonna dry my hands real quick. And here's the honey, the buckwheat honey. And now all I'm gonna do is pour it in. I'm gonna pour, see how dark it looks? It almost looks like molasses. And it's really tasty. It tastes different to me. I want about 1 or 2 inches of headspace. Like, you can actually fill this up. And I think I'm gonna do half of it, half of this container. Oops. I'm gonna stop the stream there. I love it. My daughter says it's okay. But I love it. So I forgot to do. Remember, don't use metal, use silicone. I'm just gonna kind of mix it up. Now, I wouldn't put lemon in this to ferment. I'm totally gonna lick this once I get off this stuff. Once I get everything off of it, I'm totally gonna eat it. I'm just gonna, it's like, licking the batter off of a spoon. So I bought 3 of these, and through all of the sickness we have, we now have 1.5 left in this container. We have 1 whole one upstairs, and we have this one. We have a little bit left of that one. I'm gonna use that for something else. There's not that much, so put a little bit more in there. I'm gonna stop the stream without touching the lip. And then I just put the top on, because it's gonna leak. I'm gonna put the top on, after it kind of drips and everything. Put the top on, and then just rinse it with cold water just to get the honey off. So just mix it up a little bit. I really didn't have to do this much. So you basically have your stuff in here. So because it's gonna ferment, guys, you are going to want to close this up. There's nothing out there. You're gonna wanna close this up. And every day for the first 7 days, you're gonna burp it, because gases are gonna form mostly, my daughter thinks that's funny, mostly because, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's mostly the ginger, but whatever's causing it to cause gas to form through the fermentation process, it's not gonna mold whatsoever. You're not gonna get botulism or any of that. So we're gonna burp it, meaning we're just gonna open it up for a second and close it every single day for the first week. And then after that, you just let it sit in a nice, cool, even dark place if you want, out of direct sunlight. Just can be on your counter. And after 30 days, this stuff is technically, it should be ready then. When I say technically, I'm pretty sure you use it before then, but 30 days is usually when they say you can use it. And it might be a little bit more runny by that time as well. It's perfectly safe, and it's shelf stable, and you literally don't have to do anything to it after that. So I hope that this helped you guys. I hope this helped you guys. We're going to be back for more. We're going to show you more stuff all month long. See you later. Bye.